James Rodriguez, Mesut Ozil, Sami Khedira, Enner Valencia, Keylor Navas. All of these players had big showings at the World Cup, which earned them a big money move. Now I want to highlight Keylor Navas because he came from CONCACAF and had an impressive World Cup with Costa Rica, which got him a move to Madrid, and then of course ending in 3 Champions League. Not only is it incredible that Canada qualified for the World Cup, but it gives their players a huge opportunity to shoot for the stars and get these type of transfers. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a look at all the Canadian men's national team players in FIFA. And we're going to basically take a look at where they would fit and the type of moves that I predict happening for them if they have a strong showing at the World Cup. We're going to start off the episode with Maxime Crappo, and you guys, I get it, I know he's the backup keeper, but you never know. Situations may happen from now until the World Cup happens, and Crappo may be our starter. And if he is our starter, I see him going to a club like Lens. I see him going there because this is an up-and-coming team, a big history behind them. They're back in Liga, and honestly, their keeper, Leka, is 35 years old. He's slowing down. This is an opportunity for Crappo to move over to France, become a part of this team, and honestly, I can see it as a perfect fit. Now, I don't think Alphonso Davies is going to leave Bayern Munich anytime soon, but if he does, I can only see really 2 clubs looking at him, and that would be Manchester City and PSG. Now, City have Cancelo playing on the left-hand side, and honestly, when it comes down to it, come on, what a reunion. We want to see Davies more on TikTok with Jordan Heidemann. We really do. Heidemann's already there, so why not go over to Liga? Why not join PSG? And in all honesty, if you look at this PSG side, their weakness comes from that left back position. No offense, Mendes, but this is a perfect little back four. Come on. You got Hakimi on right back, you got Davies on left back, you got Neymar, Mbappe, Messi up front, whether those 3 are there next season or not. This could be a really successful spot for Alphonso Davies, and it's just that, that beautiful match made in heaven, so we get to see a little bit more of Davies and Jordan together. Now, I love this move for Kyle Larin. He's one of the best strikers in CONCACAF. He's proven that. He wants to go to a top 5 league, so why not replace Jonathan David? He's going to be on his way out. There's a spot up there in that 4-4-2 system. Kyle Larin just slides right in there. I think he played pretty well in that front two. He does it for Canada. He doesn't really do it for Besiktas, but he does play it on the wing, so I think this would be a perfect system for him to get his feet wet at a top level, replace Jonathan David, and keep the Canadian love going for Lille. So we saw Kyle Larin take over for Jonathan David at Lille is because David is on to bigger and better things, and I know I've talked about different places where I want to see him, but I do want to see Canadian thrive in the Premier League. I do, and knowing that Aubameyang left, knowing that Lacazette will probably leave, there's an opening. There really is. So I got David lining up in this Arsenal system, this 4-2-3-1, playing as that lone striker, having Martinelli to the side, having Saka to the side, Odegaard under him. It's a perfect opportunity for Jonathan David to really make his mark in Arsenal. I think that there's a good chance that he possibly could. I'm expecting a massive World Cup. I've already called the very first ever Canadian men's national team World Cup goal is going to Jonathan David, and after that, he's going to be rocking the nice number 9 kit over at Arsenal. Now, Tajon Buchanan has been doing all the right steps, doing it at the MLS level, getting his move to Club Brugge. Now, again, he's got the platform of the World Cup to take his game to the next level, and I want to see him get that move to a top 5 league, specifically a pretty solid club within a top 5 league, and I'm looking at Gladbach. I think that they're a bit of a sleeping giant right now. They need to find a way to get back into the Champions League. They play that 4-2-3-1 system and honestly a few other systems. They have the wing-back rules as well, so Buchanan can fit in a few different areas. But I got him lining up right now in this 4-2-3-1 as a right attacking mid. I think he would have a lot of fun playing in this league and this system. I specifically want to see Buchanan go to Germany because I just think it suits his style. And this is another huge player to have an opportunity. I'm talking about a big move, a big top 5 move for a decent club in there as well. So let's see what Tajon Buchanan can do at the upcoming World Cups because he's got a huge opportunity to get this kind of move and make it happen. Kamal Miller has become a massive part of this Canadian men's national team setup, and playing on the left-hand side, I think Nice could be a potential perfect transfer for him. Dante is playing in that position right now. The 38-year-old is not going to last forever. So if Kamal Miller has a big showing, I bet you a move to Nice could be something on the cards where you can go into that back four, slide into the left-hand side, and flourish in Liga. Similar to Kamal Miller, Alistair Johnston is another irreplaceable player for the Canadian men's national team. And that's why I think if he has a big World Cup, he can get a move to a club like West Brom. And I picked West Brom for a few reasons. They're going to have ambitions to return to the Premier League and hopefully become a regular Premier League club. And they also play in that back 5 that I like to see because I like Alistair Johnston at the outside right center back. It's exactly as you guys see on screen here where he's going to line up in this back 3. He's a huge player. He deserves a move to, I want to say England, because I don't know what it is. I just feel like Alistair Johnston is going to go to England. And a club like West Brom will give him the opportunity to go into a system that he likes and push for that Premier League goal that he definitely deserves. Now, Richie Larrivee's time at Nottingham Forest has been non-existent. So if he has a big World Cup, which I'm expecting he is because he's almost a locked-in starter right now, he could potentially get another move. Though I do still see him staying in the championship. A club like QPR, again, rich history, trying to go for that Premier League. I can see him going in because there's a couple of fullback positions in here where players are kind of aging out and there's an opening. And I can bet you if he goes to a club like QPR, he will actually play. There's a back five that they like to play in. You can put Richie on the left, you can put him on the right. I got him lined up here in the right wing back position in this 5-3-2 system. And I bet you if you give him the opportunity, you will see what Richie can do. So, you know, hashtag free Richie. Now, I love me some Junior Hoylett, but unfortunately for my guy, I think championship, no matter what, is probably where he's going to be just due to his age. The goal for him should be continue playing the championship and just get a 1-2 year contract. I could see a club like Blackpool picking him up. Reading's had their bit of troubles, obviously, with the point deduction. Will they stay up? Will they not? Probably will. But regardless, if he signed for a club like Blackpool, I think he could slide in that left-hand side. Obviously, he can play on the right as well, but you can just see this is a club that's going to have some good ambitions of staying in the league, and Junior Hoylett will absolutely help them do that. Now, Samuel Adakubi's absolutely been crushing it for Hatayspor in Turkey this season, and I bet you if he has a strong World Cup, which we're expecting him to have a strong World Cup, he'll get a move to a Premier League club. Now, they may not be a Premier League club anymore, but a club like Norwich is where I want to put him. I want to put him there for a couple of reasons, because even if they're in the championship, you guys have to understand that the championship is still a top 10 league in the world. And Norwich has been bouncing up and down, so more than likely if Adakubi slides in here in the left back in this 4-5-1 system, but you know, probably a 4-3-3 if it's in the championship, Adakubi will fit in, Adakubi will have some fun. He will give this Norwich side an opportunity to go back up into the Premier League where they belong. I like it. I hope he goes there, and if he doesn't, then maybe he'll land an actual Premier League gig. Now, Jonathan Osorio has spoke about his ambitions to play in Europe, and I think if he has a big World Cup, which I'm expecting him to, he's going to have the opportunity to do so. He's going to start for Canada, he's going to play for Canada, and if he is able to replicate any type of form that we are expecting from him, there's going to be clubs coming and knocking. And one of the clubs I want to look at is Galatasaray. One, because they are a massive club in Turkey, and also they've somewhat struggled this season, so they're going to want to bounce back. This is a club that wants to be in the Champions League, has the opportunity to play in the Champions League, and is going to be looking for a player similar to Osorio's style. They're going to play in that 4-1-4-1 system, looking for the creativity of Osorio, not really caring the fact that he's approaching his 30s or around his 30s. I think Osorio will slide in there, have an opportunity to shine in Turkey, as we've seen so many Canadians do in the past. Now, I bet some of you guys thought that Hutch was going to retire after the World Cup, and you would be so wrong. He's going to have a big World Cup. He's already had all the success you can imagine in Turkey. So he's going to return home, return to Canada, and join up with TFC. This young core group of players. They got young players all over the pitch. Fullbacks, wingers, even in like Akello and those guys in the middle of the park. This team needs a veteran leader, a veteran presence to come in here, solidify everything. Look at the way that he fits up in this 4-2-3-1 system alongside Michael Bradley. Akello will have his opportunities. We'll learn from Hutch. It's a perfect scenario for Hutch. I hope to see it happen. It would be beautiful to see him return to Canada. Now, similar to Tajon, another player who I think is going to have a huge opportunity to get the move that they're looking for is Stacchio. And I know Stacchio got his move to Porto, but depending on what the game time may look like, and if he's basically integrated his way into that starting 11, if not, he's going to be looking elsewhere. And if he's looking at another league, why not a top 5 league? Why not Spain? We've seen a lot of players in the past go from Portugal to Spain. It's a nice transition. The culture is relatively similar, and this gives you an opportunity to find a bit of a sleeping giant, and that is Valencia. Valencia are making the right type of moves to get back into the fold of things and competing for the Champions League. And if you see Stacchio playing in these 4-4-2 systems, like for the Canadian national team in Porto, he plays in it relatively well. Alongside Carlos Soler in that midfield, I think this would be a perfect move for Stacchio. I'd personally love to see it. I've always said before the Porto move, I'd like to see him go to La Liga. He got his Porto move. If it works out, great. If not, I think a move like this to Valencia could be a huge opportunity for Stephanie Stacchio. Now, a player I always thought was going to move to Europe but never did was Marc-Anthony Kaye. Now, I loved watching him grow as a player at LAFC and become a part of the Canadian national team like he has become. If he's able to get some minutes, get some impressive performances at the World Cup, he will have some European teams looking at him to get that move that I always thought was made for him. Now, I was looking at Rangers for a couple different reasons. They're a fun club. They're a club that will compete for the Champions League. They're a club that will compete for trophies every single season. And with Arfield leaving, probably Aaron Ramsey not re-signing, there's a position open in that midfield that Marc-Anthony Kaye could slide in there on the left-hand side, bring some creative, playmaking ability that you'd expect from Marc-Anthony Kaye on both the attacking as well as the defensive side of the game that we know he has. This 4-3-3 would fit perfectly for him. I think it'd be a perfect move, and I'd love to see him make that jump over to Scotland. Liam Miller has absolutely been killing it at Basel this season. He hasn't quite got the minutes that he wanted for the Canadian national team, but if he keeps up this type of form at the club level, he will hopefully get that opportunity at the World Cup at the national team level. And if he does get that opportunity, he may get a transfer. Now, Feyenoord is a club that's really impressed me this season, and because of that, I actually took a few of their wingers out because I'm expecting them to either end their loans or move on and get bigger transfers, which leaves a position open for Liam Miller to play in this 4-2-3-1 system as a left attacking mid, which he loves to play. And I bet you playing this league is a nice step up from Switzerland. It's a fun league. It's a top 3 club in this league, and I would love to see this type of move for Liam Miller going forward. Cavallini's the last player on the list. I had a little bit of trouble where I wanted to place him, but I decided heading back to Mexico was the way to go. And lining up with Tuca Ferretti, the legendary manager in Mexico who did so much success with Tigres and is now at Juarez. They have a little bit of an issue up front. I think Cavallini could slide in there, and honestly, this is the type of transfer I'm expecting from him to hopefully try to replicate that form that earned him that move to the Whitecaps. There's no arguing that the World Cup is the biggest opportunity for a player to get that life-changing transfer. I just talked about a whole bunch of them, and if you guys agree with a lot of them, let me know in the comments. If you don't agree with a lot of them, let me know some of the other clubs you'd like to see our Canadian men's national team players join. But that's all we have time for on this episode, and if you guys did enjoy it, as always, be sure to drop a like, drop a sub as well, because we're getting very close to 50,000 subscribers, a very cool landmark here on the channel. So if you want to stay up to date with all things Canadian soccer, this is the place to do it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers, friends.